throw. Doing some repairs today. So this is for Tony right here. His dyno finger broken shipping. We got a little paint that came off somehow. So we're gonna fix this. And I've got Mojo. I've got to get the legs on Mojo on his base bent. So I've got to unbend those. I've got to put a rod in it for support. Good thing I kept it here for a while, so I can fix that. So I'm just gonna. And Tony's actually in town today. He's here. He's supposed to come over and hang out today. I think Tony tried to glue this on himself, but it broke again when he shipped it. So actually had a little metal pin to it. I'll sand this and we'll touch up the paint. Hopefully this will be good to go. So Nick, thank you. Yeah, my birthday was actually on Tuesday, but my party was Saturday. Appreciate it. Tony's supposed to be coming over today. He's in town. They have like him and his wife have a late flight tonight. And yesterday, yesterday I was hurting. I tied one on for sure, man. And I don't do that very often. It's like once every few years tie one on. And Saturday was one of those days. Had a good time. Had a really good turnout. Throw a little what is it on? Here's a little filler for this crack. Big 5-0. It helps that the light turns on. You guys must be dead. Wait, nothing's current. The batteries are dead. Some double A's. I'll be back. I'll be back. Get some batteries. Where did this come from? I don't know. Okay. Well. Shit. I got that one there. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And this goes here. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's Namor. That's the next piece I'm gonna start. I'll start him tomorrow. There we go. There we go. I might start him today. We'll see. I need to get this dino fixed for Tony. I need to pack up Nefertiti. I need to fix Mojo. I got a bunch of like little stuff to do today. I gotta get back to work. So I took off. I took off 4 days last week just to get ready for my party. So I'm kind of behind. Let's see what it is. Song. I'm gonna go back and see what I did. The leg's twisted. So one reason I wanted to hold on to him for a while because I wanted to see if the legs would support his weight, and they didn't. They twisted. So I've got to. And actually, two of the legs broke the other day. I was moving them, and I knocked over the freaking his little metal platform. Luckily, that fix will be fairly easy. But I was like, God damn it! So today's like a day of non-billable stuff, unfortunately. Just need to look at my look at the colors I use for this guy. Try to get it match best I can. And I filmed the, oh my gosh, I was working on my pool on, what day was that? I think it was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. And I filmed the pool with my phone in my pocket, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, because I had like people coming in from out of town. So luckily I had my old phone, and oh, I mixed up a custom green, which I probably don't have. Son of a bitch. colors, because then I have to try to go back to the next one eventually. But I'll do it fair. From American restaurant. Okay, it's gonna be a little drastic at first. Yeah, so then they kind of fudge some of this. Of course, I don't remember from the last time we used it, so. And that was a week ago. I need to go change my clothes. Hold on. I've got really good clothes on. I'll be back. Oh my gosh. That would have been disastrous. Throw some paint at it. Yeah. I guess they're just gonna start painting. Ready? Usually something comes out of it. Alrighty. So it's kind of like the eel where it's dark on top and light on the bottom. So let's start with this color. Let's see what this does. Actually blending pretty good. This may be a lot easier than I thought. Luckily it's just two small areas I gotta touch up the paint. XF11. Everybody's color. Go a little bit of this. And that should be really it. This should be done. I could probably leave it as is, but I like this, add just a little bit of a layer on top. I'll hit it with some sealer and it's done. And that little repair's finished. Alright, well, that was easy. Okay. So dyno's fixed. I'm gonna hit that little just spot, seal that area just on the hand there, and then I can pack that up and ship that back to Tony. Here to dry. Back him up. This one now. Big dogs. Man, I spent Thursday. I was up here. I cleaned my work area because I had a bunch of people coming over, and everyone, whether they follow me or not, always wants to come see my work area. So they know I build and paint full time, and I've got friends who always want to come over. It's been a long time since I've actually cleaned my work area. Other than the spray booth, everything got like a deep clean. I took everything off the shelves, dusted everything. I cleaned my display area, which is a nightmare because a lot of the models I have, you really can't dust the Gundams. Like, a statue or a figure, you have to actually just go give it a soapy bath, some warm water and some light detergent. And when it dries, it doesn't affect it at all. On a Gundam, it's hundreds of pieces and it gets full of water. So they have a matte finish, and dusting them is like impossible. So, um, yeah, so it feels good to have like a clean work area, because I haven't had like a truly a clean work area in a long time. Usually I try to do it, every 6 months or so, but it's been at least a year since I actually went through and gave this space a deep, like. So I've got my flooring up here is Pergo flooring that my parents put in years ago when they renovated the house, and I have nothing protecting it, but it's really freaking durable flooring. Like if I want to, basically what I do is I get on my hands and knees with lacquer thinner, and I basically pour lacquer thinner on my floor, and I wipe up all the paint. I can hit it with a scraper, and it scrapes up any dried epoxy, and the floors don't scratch. Now they're a little dull because of doing that, but I can always polish them. But these floors are freaking unbelievable durable, because I put them through hell. They still hold up. Okay, let's tackle Mojo. It's gonna be a little more challenging. Okay, so the base. So I finished this guy over a month ago, and I had him up on here. This leg right here and this leg twisted, so all the weight, the whole thing twisted and sagged. So, and also I mentioned I dropped this thing the other day and I broke 2 legs off. So I've got to putty this and putty that. I actually had to pin to this one because this supports a little weight. So I'm just going to putty these 2 legs, fix those, and then I'm going to have to go. I do have a rod here that I could use, but I think I want something a little thicker. Because what I need to do is first I've got to fix this twist in the legs. So I got to heat those legs and twist this back up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole basically in the bottom here in the center. I'm going to drill it all the way through, I think. And then I'm going to drill a hole in the base, and I'll put the rod in the base here and epoxy that in place, and it'll just stick up. So hopefully that when I put this back on, all the weight is on that rod, and the legs are basically just kind of, just key in and they're fine. So I was trying to avoid that at the very beginning of this project, because I didn't want to have the distraction of a rod underneath it. But he's so heavy, it twisted. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna work on heating these up and bending them back. I think I'll get don't drop this. Oh my gosh, I dropped this gun. Twisted right here and came over, so I gotta get the twist and bend it back. It happened right in this area. Actually, I thought anywhere the weak spot would be. I thought the weak spot would be here, but it's actually right here. Excuse me. Yeah, the legs bent. They twisted. So I'm fixing it. I'm going to go ahead and add a support rod underneath them. And I broke these two legs off the other day, so wait for me. So glad this guy didn't have to shit. I'm gonna do shit. Okay. So it's bent back pretty quick, pretty easily. So I'm going to do all the kind of repair and yeah, that's where it's supposed to be, is up here. Actually, I'm going to heat this up a little bit more while it's on here. Thank you. So my birthday was actually last Tuesday. My party was on Saturday. But Tony's in town. He's supposed to come over and hang out. His wife wasn't feeling good this morning. He's in town this weekend. Big 5-0, man. I know. know. My dad only lived to 59, so we'll see if I make it that far. Okay, so what happened here? That's kind of where it wants to go. Put that fit in there better, maybe not. Okay, so we'll let this cool here. This seems to be its happy place. When I first put this together, everything lined up really, really good. But now everything's shifted because of the weight. So I'm gonna let this cool, kind of let it settle where it wants to. This leg's a little warm. This leg's a little warm. So I'm just gonna let this cool right here. Going in further. We have to bend this leg a little bit. Let's see. I could just definitely just sit there. That's fine. Yeah, so like this had fallen so much, so there's about an 1.5 inch gap here between this leg and this computer console. He had fallen so far that this leg was laying on top of it, like come way forward. Nicely. Yeah. Oh, is Tony here? Hey, Tony, come on up.
so it's been kind of a bummer for her.
Well, I'm sorry.
I felt bad because it's like,
Yeah.
shoot, man. I said, you wish you would have said something. I don't want to ruin you.
Gotta guess, guys.
Now I'm ready to head back.
Well, what time's your flight?
10 o'clock.
Oh, they can't see you. It's too dark. Hold on. Someone.
Who's on?
It's Kevin. You're like, here, let's get some light on you. There he is.
Jeez.
You're in the spotlight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So here, let me show
So
you.
this is crazy. See, this is how I don't visualize you working like this, and it's because you don't. You see, you visualize you as bright.
So I went and added a metal rod to it.
Oh,
and then I put a little putty on and it sanded it, and
okay, great.
so I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, so we'll
That's
pack
very
that
cool.
up. I'll pack next to this. This is the only part I'm really concerned about.
Let's just ship it.
Okay, we'll ship it. Okay.
It'll be good. It'll be good. If that dyno made it, I could see that making it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But you're gonna ship her this week?
yeah, I'm gonna pack her up today.
Oh, okay,
I'll
okay.
pack
Cool.
her today, and
I'm gonna get her home.
so yeah.
Curious to put them. Well, I'm anxious to put her in the show.
Yeah, so I mean, if you just want to hang out while I work a little bit,
Yeah,
and
no,
okay.
that's fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just
That's what I
working.
plan on doing. I
Work.
told Tone, I said, well, I'll be back about 4.
Oh, okay.
I said between 4 and 5. She goes, okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
I said,
So
'cause that's usually when Matt quit.
yeah, it's like a non-billable day, so it's like there's nothing I have other than I want to get yours repaired and I want to get this done. I do have to go probably to the hobby store so we can go there.
Yeah.
So I do have a rod for this, but I'd rather get a bigger one.
So how are you planning on doing this now?
So what I'm gonna do once I get the legs actually bent. I actually have to bend this one now a little bit. It went back pretty good. I do remember that it fit in this key a little bit better, but so what happened is these legs bent and twisted, so it did this kind of thing.
Right.
It laid down that way. And then I broke this leg broke and that broke, so I got to fix those underneath. Luckily, this really isn't weight bearing. It's these two legs that take all the weight.
They
But I
broke?
remember, well, I knocked it off the damn. I had it on my chair and I knocked it off my chair, so it broke here and here. So I added a pin to this one because this takes some weight. This
Right.
is just cosmetic, so putty that. It'll be fine when I'm done. It's
Right,
just
right.
frustrated.
Yeah.
that I broke. Usually when something breaks, it's my fault. 'Cause I drop it or
See, I was looking at that piece, but I keep thinking, man, that sucker's just too big.
it's cool, but it wouldn't. This would not. I wouldn't be able to ship it
No.
because.
Oh, really?
I don't think so because you have to glue all this. There's no way that
Oh, so he's gonna come pick this
he's
up.
gonna pick it up. Yeah, this guy's in Houston. Or I'll drive down, drop it off, and pick up other stuff from him because he usually picks up and drops off a few at a time. So I want this to get back in this key a little bit better. We'll see.
Oh, it is kind of shifting a little.
I'll do up a little bit more. I'm putting pressure on it while it burns. You can only heat it up so many times before the resin starts to crack. That's what happened with that big arm coming over. I did it so many times the resin started to split, so I gotta be careful. I'm just kind of putting pressure on this leg. And then I'll bend the back one to go back where it needs to go.
Did everybody get home?
Yeah. Yeah.
They made it here back yesterday, right?
Lloyd went home yesterday. Yeah, Mark left. He was home by like 10. Yeah, because Randy had an 8 o'clock flight in the morning, so he was home probably like 10:30, 11. Lloyd had a 5 o'clock flight, so we just hung out here and sobered up. Cleaned up. Yeah, he helped clean up. And then we went and had lunch on the way. There was a restaurant here he really likes, so we went there for lunch. And then I came back and took a good 2-hour nap and then just bed. I got some more cleanup to do, but it's like clean coolers out. I have to organize the garage because there's crap everywhere. You also have to be careful that when heating epoxy, So these are glued on with laminated epoxy. If you heat up too much, it'll actually melt and it leaves
Oh.
like a
So you can, on this one, you can see all the gold and stuff that you did under.
No, you can't see it. When you see it in
No.
person, you see all that
Yeah.
stuff. There's actually some blue in here. So if you turn this in the light,
Yeah,
you see
you
little
can see
blue
it, yeah.
highlights.
So quite a bit. You don't see all that on the.
Yeah, even in the photos, you don't see.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, you get in person, you're gonna see all the really, you see all
Yeah.
the subtle details and
Yeah.
things, and
That's like Nefertiti. It didn't look that. To me, it wasn't like. But then you start seeing it in person, you kind of really start looking at it like, oh crap.
yep, exactly. Oh crap, is right. I told Mark.
What do you think?
Mark is he's interesting because he's never really complimented me on my work.
Serious?
Once in a while he'll make a comment on Facebook like, oh, that looks like when I did the Eternity bus, he just said like, phenomenal, or he like one word kind of thing. But
Right.
yeah, he's like he's not one to give out praising, which is fine. He thinks I don't charge enough. I was like, well, you tell Tony that. I think Tony would disagree with you. So
He charges enough.
yeah. So this just has some dust on it from sitting here. So I think it's about as good as it's gonna get. I really don't want to heat this up too much more. I'll have to heat this leg up a little bit to bend back. Or I could just sit up there. This bears
With
no
the
weight.
weight, it'll probably push down.
Yeah. My goal is to have all the weight on the rod. So I have this. This is a 3/8 inch.
nice.
This is a 3/8 inch, I think. I think I wanna yeah, it's 3/8. I wouldn't mind having a 1/2 inch. I think a 1/2 inch would be safer. Trick is drilling through this print without shattering it. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to drill a little hole here first. Oh, why did my camera does it like just does randomly turn is the weirdest thing. I work in my lap a lot. These things are too big. I can't work on it.
It's Kevin on.
So we got Nick is there, Tyrell, and Kevin. Yeah, it says we have 12 viewers, but who knows? Maybe they're bots. But there's only, it's like you and there's you and like 3 other guys that hang out mostly.
Right.
So, you just drove to Abilene and had lunch with your friends, or?
Yep.
Nice.
We went to another barbecue place.
Oh yeah, how was it there?
What was it? Betsy's or Bessie?
Um,
Betsy?
I actually never had barbecue in Abilene before.
Betsy's. Oh,
Was it good?
that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Packed. Gosh, the place was packed.
Okay, so we'll start point of no return here. Actually, I'm going to do this because I don't want it to slip. I'm just going to do a pin vise.
So it is kind of, so it's actually very quiet here, huh? So where are all the kids and everything? They're just
Sleeping.
around?
Alina was awake because she's had Alina and Leslie are heading down towards actually where Mark was in Montgomery.
Oh.
So she's her national dance competitions down there.
Oh, down there?
Yeah, it's near Lake Conroe, so it's really close to where
Is
we're
that the last one?
last one. Then she's done dancing actually. Then she's not gonna go back to.
At all?
Yeah, well, so they have studio. She's on the senior team, and
Right.
I thought she aged out because I was talking to Fenton, the owner of the studio. I was like, "Yeah, it's too bad, she aged out." And he's like, "No," she's like, "It's like she can still be on the team." It's like, but what they do is they take because the average age of the team has to be 18. So what they do is they'll throw 1 or 2 eight-year-olds in there to offset. So they have some people in there who have been dancing, they're 20, 19 to 20 years old. But she's kind of done with it. She's like, the dynamics of the team have changed a little bit. But yeah, we actually owe them a huge thanks because the owner Fenton, he was wanting her to be on the dance team like from the very beginning because she's just good at it. And I just was like, it's not in her budget. every year it's like she needs to be on F Troop. She's going to be on F Troop. Like it's not in her budget. He's like, well, we'll give her a scholarship. So then I went in and I met I was like, well, what does that exactly mean? Like, you don't have to pay for anything.
Oh wow.
You just pay like what you would normally pay for dance classes, but we'll cover costumes, dance fees, and everything.
Oh my
So
goodness.
for the past 5 years,
They've done that.
they've done that.
Wow.
And we just pay them a little bit extra here and there, and we need to give them a nice gift because it's expensive for. If it was out of pocket, it'd be crazy expensive.
See, that's what daughter did the same thing, and that's how we found out what she had.
Oh, what do you mean?
She's disabled, so that's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I thought.
No.
Yeah. No, she's disabled, so that's how we found out she was having an issue.
Oh, this is your daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. Now hold this in.
She's 40 now.
Okay.
She's had it since we diagnosed it when she was 19.
Oh, what does she have?
She has MD, muscular dystrophy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. How's she doing?
She does okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she gets around. She's mostly in a wheelchair.
Okay.
She can get up and walk a little bit, but it's hard for her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even hard for her to get up.
Yep.
So that's what we're working on. Working on trying to get a van.
Oh, get her a van. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's just these vans are crazy. So that's why I'm thinking I'm gonna sell quite a bit of my comics.
That's what I was worried about.
Good crap.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Well,
sell
is it cheap?
comics and statues and everything, and get to $100 grand. And
Do you buy them already made, or you buy a van and have it retrofitted?
no, you buy one already made.
Okay. Ugh. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll tell you that now. That's the thing about everything's prints, man.
That's the difference between prints and
Casted resin.
acid.
I think what I might do. My nice clean work area. Gonna mess it up. Probably actually. I can totally hold that weight. I think. How flexible is this?
Oh, I see. You're just gonna cut it so it just sits on top.
No, I'm gonna put a hole here, and then I'm gonna, depending on where it lands, I think it's actually gonna land on one of the pipes. Unfortunately, if it was on the rocks, what I would do is I would put it in there and I would sculpt a little rock around it just to make it look like it's part of it. But I think it's gonna land on one of the pipes. So I'll glue this into place, and that'll just stick out permanently. And then you can set it on top.
And then you just sit it on
Yeah, since I don't have to ship it,
top. Right.
it frees you up to do a lot of things. Okay, so the question is, initially I was going to drill through here, but I don't. That's where it needs to. It needs that support.
So where does he put all this stuff? Man?
He's got. Yeah, so he works from home. So he's in the oil industry. I'm not sure what he's out in the field or anything, but he's got his home office which has some stuff, and then his garage is turned into like an arcade, workout collection room. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, that was a fun thing about going down there and dropping all the stuff. I get to see the people's collections.
Well, you're gonna have to do an O and L.
Yeah. Okay. So the question is, where's this gonna land? I think I'm gonna replace this with 1/2 inch. So we're gonna do this. Let's throw this on there and take a rough measurement.
So the party did have a great turnout, though, man.
Yeah, I think out of all the people that said they were gonna come,
You still had a couple people.
Jaime, who you chatted your ear off about, his parents didn't come because his dad's not doing well.
That was fun. That was fun talking to him.
And then our friends Tony and Tracy, who live in Mississippi, didn't come. I think it was only 4 then. So we had over 40 people. I know that. We didn't have the 50 that said we're gonna come, but that's okay. Everyone had a good time. So what is this? This is like 7. Okay, I'm gonna use this kind of a sacrificial piece. 7 inches long and see how that sits. So I think we're gonna go to the hobby store and get a 1/2 inch. So we're just gonna use this to get replacement.
Did you get those pans and stuff in the heads with the head stands?
I did. Right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Move.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what we'll do is I'll hear your bus too.
Oh, very good.
I opened this one up because I was trying to show this too. Oh, someone. Whenever people come over, they help. Everyone knows what I do.
Is this the one with the little dragon or
Yeah,
whatever?
that's the dragon. That's the dragon right there.
So did you print this?
Yeah, my print.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
print. And some other parts in here. I'll show from. Oh, and on Stella, I did all the. She's got little like rocket ship parts that were.
See, these actually are so really cool.
Yeah.
Can we do all 3 of them at once?
It's up to you.
I
guess so.
Well, I'm just asking you. Can we do all 3 at once?
Sure. I need to go downstairs and get. I'll just use my girl. I don't like using those. Well, I need to take to your Dr. Doom store to take this to storage. Yeah, so you let me know what you want to do. After I do Namor, I need to reach out to another guy who I was supposed to use his piece a while ago. And see if he's ready to do it.
Well, I was gonna say do those so you wouldn't have to take them back.
Well, I can just act like here. They're small enough.
Yeah, we'll just do what you got here so we get it done. And
Okay.
ship them back.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. That's why I said I didn't know what you had lined up. You had a couple others lined up. You said.
Yeah, Namor. I need to reach out to another guy who contacted me. You know, I tell people I can probably get it done in this month, and then they call me, and then that guy's like, I told him like, well, you're probably like a couple behind, and then when I was ready for him, I called like, yeah, well, so can we push it a little bit? Cause he's gonna be like in training or something. Okay, so I want this to go straight up and down. So I need to make this whole.
Now, how's that gonna keep it from twisting?
Well, hopefully all the weight is on the rod. That's why I use a 1/2 inch rod.
I see.
Luckily, the paint on this is used. Oh, I got it. That's why it's not lining up because I got it just turned the wrong way. Yeah, it goes there. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do more damage in the beginning to get things to work, and then gotta go fix it. Okay, so.
It might be worth it to do a leveling string instead.
A what?
Leveling string.
I don't know what that means.
So you put
Oh,
a
a
piece
plumb.
of string
Oh,
with
plumb.
the weight.
Yeah, a plumb and bob.
Plumb
Yeah.
bob,
Yeah, yeah.
Then you could get it exact where you're wanting to go straight
All
down.
right, see, good thing you're here. I wouldn't have thought of that.
You know what I mean?
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Because you could actually tape it to the center and then just hang it and then you'll see
Yeah.
it.
Do I have? I've got fishing line downstairs. So. I can put D4 on if you want to play. Well,
No.
I could get something to D3 and get me a character going.
I've been playing. That's what I've been playing back at the hotel.
Oh, did you bring your portable?
Yeah, I brought one.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to keep up with. Gosh, people just are like, and then they sent this guy some stuff I thought was the right stuff. It's the wrong stuff. I got mad. I'm like, dude,
On
you're
what?
just gonna have to wait till I get back.
On the game? On the game?
No,
Oh.
job.
Oh, for work.
Yes.
I gotcha.
So I was like, I can't get a hold of anybody. It's the weekend. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, jeez. Just relax.
So you guys do anything for the 4th?
No, we don't. We gotta get home and then see how Tone.
Yeah, how she's feeling.
See, she does. She's had so many stomach problems that she does all these different diets
Okay.
to try to figure it out. And she sees the doctor and so she's been on an all protein.
Gotcha.
And then she just started back, like introducing like vegetables and stuff like that.
Okay.
So she was carnivore, and then she started going back to eating, and I think that's the problem.
Okay, that's a shock to the system.
You know what I mean?
God
It's
damn.
just you're used to eating one way, and you go back to eating a different way, and it's gonna affect you.
Yeah, Leslie's thing is dairy. She can eat all the cheese she wants, but ice
Yeah,
cream
see.
or milk and
Mom does not eat any dairy at all because it gets her.
yeah.
So what she does is the only dairy she really, and I don't know if butter's considered dairy.
Yeah.
So
Margarine, I don't know, that may be. I'm not sure margarine has.
no,
any.
margarine's not because it's synthetic
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
But butter, so what she does in the morning is she'll have a cup of coffee and she puts like a tablespoon of butter.
Oh, butter, yeah. That's like a keto thing.
Yes.
Instead of using cream, sugar, or instead of using cream or whatever, I was doing like a modified keto thing for when I was using heavy whipping cream. That's like
Oh,
that's
right.
that's totally dairy, obviously. Yeah, it's gonna hit right there in that pipe. That's what I thought. Okay, that's a pretty good guesstimation. That was a good idea, Tony. Is he? If you think Tony was in town, I was struggling to do this.
No, I would have said it.
He says Kevin says get fried chicken. Mike's Chicken in Dallas. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have time to go to Dallas to get chicken.
No.
But depending on what you feel like for lunch, there's a little bar / pub downtown that has really good food. It's actually one of my favorite places. So they have like one of my favorite dishes. They have a really good mussels. Like
Oh,
mussels.
okay.
Their pasta's good. They have a Wagyu burger. It's really good. So depends on what you feel like later.
Yeah.
All right, let's try that. We'll drill a hole, and if it's not right, we'll fix it and drill another one. That's what you do, right? That's how it works.
I feel like that. This is what you do. Oh my goodness.
Try work, man. Let's go for it.
I like did land on right on top of one of those. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling it would. If you try to go straight away, you would definitely tear it out.
Yeah, but see, some areas seem not as brittle as others. You know
Yeah,
what I
this
mean?
I think this has thicker walls than the base does. Maybe, I don't know. It also depends on how fast you know the bits going and all that stuff. So. it's technically the guest room, which is over there if you want to take a look. But she doesn't work up there very often. She usually works in her bedroom. Yeah.
Get the windows.
Well, so for a while, she's like, I really want like an office space, and she had a desk in her bedroom, and it worked well actually. But she just wanted to get it out of her bedroom because we have space for it. So then we basically gutted that room a couple years ago, took everything out. I put a big desk along. We can go look at it. A big desk along the whole back wall, shelves and stuff or cabinets, and then the bed is there. And we took the wall the bed's on. We basically, she would like, I want to hide the closet door. Like, how do you hide a closet door? So we paneled it. We put vertical strips over everything, so the door you really can't see, and it's a push. You have to push it.
To release it.
Yeah, push release. Yeah, that turned out really nice. You can kind of hear that how it's kind of squeaky. It almost has like the feel of vinyl. But like when I'm painting, I use the sound of the they're like. So I gotta get through all the support. So that's what I think that's bottoming out. Or attached are part of this piece. So guys, this is where all the supports were. And you can still see a bunch of them. So I told Luis, like, man, I'll be here for like more like days and days and days and days trying to get this all cleaned up. It's kind of a balancing act of how much time and money do you want to spend on cleaning all that up, or
when you don't really see it.
When you don't really see it, like to me, I was like, I get to a point where, the average person's not even him. He probably won't even notice it, but still, it's like it's always a balancing act of time, expense, and okay, I think that's all the way down.
Let's see where you have all these sandpaper.
Yeah, and I need to organize that. 'Cause I need to go through and get rid of all the scraps and stuff. Now, the question is, how long does that need to be? Because I get this, the length and the position, and if I need a bigger rod, then it's just a matter of making the holes bigger. Obviously, this is going to be way too long, but
Close. It's gonna be close.
I need to come down probably. It's going to take like an inch off at a time, and then we'll make adjustments as we go.
I wonder how you could, instead of it being clear, how you could.
Well, it's either this or like a metal.
Right.
I think just the clear is less obtrusive. Noticeable maybe? I don't know.
Can you paint that though, to where it would be?
I
Like
could.
something?
I could.
Like
I mean,
it's-
I can make it look. If I could also do copper. I could get a copper tube. I mean, it would kind of fit in with this.
Right.
Can you paint that plastic or no?
If I scuff it up, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it might even be a good idea to do that. Like, and then, I don't know.
Yeah, as long as it's got some tooth to it, it'll take paint. Acrylic. This really doesn't cut it, it just melts it.
Right. But the other thing is if you could, it'd be a lot more work, but try to find something that you could put, like that looks like copper twine or something, and make it so that it's like it's coming out of it.
Oh, that ain't bad, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have like 2 or 3 of them, so that it's not just a single thing coming up.
Yeah, my goal was to make it look like he's standing on his legs, as much as possible. That's what's cool about it. You know, he's got.
But that's what I'm saying. If you had like things that dangled down and then just kind of rolled off, so that it looked that you wouldn't even really see the center
So
one.
yeah, I wouldn't put more than one rod in there. I don't
Right.
need more than one, but yeah, maybe try to dress it up somehow.
It's just more work.
Yeah, and I'm not charging him for this because it's something I had planned on maybe doing initially, and I was gonna see if I could get away without doing it.
Doing it? Oh, I see.
Because I was like, well, he's like, oh, can you come get Mojo? I said, well, I'm gonna keep here for a little bit. I'm gonna have him on his legs. I'm gonna see how he does. See if. Maybe I have to put it in here first. Maybe I have to do this. Maybe I don't glue it.
Or just let him sit on it.
Well, the thing is, because that's in there, I have to basically what I do is I have to wrap this leg around that part and then bring it
Right,
down,
yeah.
and then I can't get it to go into the hole. So I'm thinking what I might do is leave this loose, and then I mean, most of you guys know how to put stuff together, so
Most.
the only way I can make it so. Just break something. Put that in there.
It's definitely going to take the weight.
It's just gonna get everything lined up. Is the trick. I'll probably get this in there. If I can't get it out, I'm not gonna deal with it. It'll just stay. Yeah, because right now all the weight's on that
Yeah.
rod. You could probably make that like maybe a 1/4 inch shorter. That might,
It's almost there.
that might get me there. I'd like to make it just a hair shorter. And I don't mind if the legs bend a little bit as long as all the weight is on that rod at the end. Oops,
Right.
something broke. I heard it snap.
Something.
What was that? Oh, it was this pipe. Yeah, right here. I'll put that back on. It was kind of loose after when I was working on it anyway. Which one was I using? Is this one right? The
Yeah.
long one.
One that's scratched up. So now, who's that? Who's that?
That's Namor.
Name one, but who's that? Who printed that one?
Vaughn printed it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. I don't know if this is off his newer printer. I think the Mega AK I think would hold this. But you can see where some of the supports fail. See, it's
Right,
flat.
right.
So I just have to sand that and smooth it out. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everything I get is pretty much printed by Vaughn.
I know he's actually doing. He's doing a lot.
I just had a Sharpie. What the heck?
I was gonna say you said it.
I just
Did it roll in your day?
maybe. It's a miracle I get anything done. 'Cause my ADHD brain has to work at 200% capacity. Oh, thank you for the oil pens.
I was gonna say, you got those.
Yeah, so like, what are these for? Like, oh, that's for the spider, for the venom base.
Yeah.
You didn't have to replace them.
I didn't remember. I told you I ordered because I used one to fix Venom.
Oh yeah. You just touched it up a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked okay.
It was like a 5-pack or something, so
Oh,
I just
okay.
sent the rest of them.
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah. So in doing that base, it just the tips get clogged. Like you can get about 10 lines out of it, and
Right.
that's trash. And they're not cheap.
So that's why I thought, oh, Matt will use it.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like everything else they sent you, the resin.
Yeah, I even so I used that up on what was the last thing I used it on, and it was actually a little chunky in the bottom. I was like, I wonder if this will kick off, and
it did.
It did, but it started to ooze
Oh, really?
like something. So I initially just used it to fill the bottom of I forget which base it was, and so I just let it sit for a few days, and then once it was fine.
Oh, okay, good.
So, and I threw the remainder out because I didn't want to risk. This is really pissing me off. I don't know where Sharpie is. Anyway. Oh, it's right here. Oh my gosh. Tell you what, man. Yeah, yesterday was
So it was a little of a recoup day, huh?
it was a total recruit day. I tell you what, I don't drink a lot.
That's why I don't drink. That's one reason why I stopped drinking.
Well, it's like
It's like, oh my gosh, when you get used to
every few years I forget why I don't drink. Like, I don't know how people do it like all the time. Like, I don't
I
know.
know.
I guess you build up
you
immunity.
build up to it.
Yeah, but if I do have a drink, it's we'll go to our neighbor's house. I'll have like 1 or 2 bourbons, but I never like get intoxicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but about every Wonderfest used to be bad. They have John Allred, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So him and a bunch of guys, they rent a suite at Wonderfest, and they have a party, and their group is called the Sweet Life, and it derived from them having a party in their suite. So it's spelled SUITE. So I think the first year that I went up to that suite, it's open to anyone. Basically, anyone who knows where it is, anyone can go. They don't. It's not by invite.
Right.
And the cool thing about Winterfest, you can go up and down the hallways like Saturday night, and people just leave their doors open,
Oh, really?
and you just walk on in, and like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, this is like the
Oh, my
the
gosh.
2001 Space Odyssey group, or this is the what's the show from the Space 1999 group.
Oh, right,
yeah,
right.
and they are all showing off their models and stuff. So a lot of guys just leave their door open. People
Oh,
walk-
they have it set up in the room?
Oh yeah, these guys will bring all some of the stuff they don't even have out in the galleries. They just bring for their groups, and they'll have like a two room suite in the center where the living room is. They'll have all their stuff set up. So it's like little mini model shows. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So whatever floats your boat, there's someone. They
That's
got
pretty
it.
cool.
Alright, this should work.
That's the hard one to get in right there, 'cause it's got the biggest key actually. Shoot, that may be it right there.
Oh, seriously, man, that's gonna take a lot of weight. It's not shifting at all, huh?
No, it doesn't fit in this key as well as it did earlier, but that's okay. It fits in here nicely. So it sits kind of on that little pipe that broke. It kind of sits on top of that, and I caught the edge of it. So I gotta move that back on. That, shoot, that
Like
might
you
be
say,
it.
once it's set, it's set.
That might be it right there. Well, I got to take it off because I got to fix those legs underneath. But
Right.
yeah, I wish this key would go in a little bit more. Maybe I can heat that up and get the twist in there a little bit better. Let's see. You guys are allowed to stay in your room, not late for today?
We got it. We're here until tomorrow.
Oh, you're here tomorrow.
No, we're here till tomorrow with them.
Oh, so you have the room. You
we're
booked
going
the.
to check out tonight.
I got you. So you booked the room for tonight because you had such a late flight.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because we get it for free, basically.
Oh, okay. Just because you have points.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
It wasn't a whole heck of a lot more free.
Cool. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not really have to. I mean, what are you gonna do for all day?
Well, especially for her.
Yeah. She's not feeling
She
well.
was very cool, but so it was like, we just hang out with her. Because I know this is really cool. And having the PhD right there, oh my God.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
That's a great story too. So I can see that this leg is bent this way, so I need to heat this up, and this still needs to get twisted some more.
I didn't know that. We looked up the name of the PhD.
Yeah.
And it's something H. Butt or whatever.
That's a family-owned restaurant. It's a family-owned store. Is that your last name?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But that's their last name. So
Okay.
No wonder they don't.
I've heard it's actually a really good place to work. So anyone who works there will get, they pay well, and like everyone gets stock options. And even like when you get hired as a cashier, you get stock options.
So what is it the employee earns? The retail.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what Heine was talking about. He was talking about, I thought about going out and I got a really nice job. Then, if you decide you want to go out on your own, then go. I mean, shoot, he's licensed, like you said, in 7 states. So, shoot, man, you're set up. You're set up for the rest of your life.
Yeah, he's always done pretty well. Okay, I think I'm just gonna call that. It is what it is. Maybe it never went in there that far. I guess I should go in for the key, but I don't want to force it. It's not worth it. Actually, it's fitting pretty good. I'll put.
And it
don't
seems
know.
like that's going to take a lot of weight. Should be good. Couldn't you even put a little glue in, like, just kind of let it sit in there? type
In
thing?
here?
Yeah.
I don't think I need to glue it.
Yeah.
It's.
Pretty, looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean,
You're pushing it pretty good.
I am. That's what I'm doing. I want it to settle in. It keeps going down, so I don't know if what I don't want to do is, because
Bottom it
this
out.
is hollow. I don't want this to bow.
Right.
But that seems like it's pretty good. Okay, so now can I get this off?
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Nice and thin.
okay. So now I'm gonna work on cleaning this up a little bit. I got this pin. I couldn't even go down and check. Yeah. So now, how many grandkids do you have?
4.
Because you just had
Just had baby.
another one.
Yep.
And it's the first Baker boy, right?
Yeah.
So now the name can continue.
Yep.
My friend Wayne and Sandy, they were here, our neighbors. Like, Wayne's like, I got Baker in my background.
Really?
Maybe you guys are back related.
We're originally from Wisconsin.
Oh, you have a northern accent. What part of Wisconsin?
I don't have no clue. My dad's from there.
Oh, so where were you born?
I was born in California.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you kind of have a little bit of a northern accent. So I just, I'm from Green Bay originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. My grandmother was from there.
Okay.
And see, I have no clue because from my dad. I'm talking with my dad. They were coming out this way,
Yeah.
and all he remembered was his mom and dad arguing.
About whatever.
He was like 6 or 7. Car. They got out of the car, and that's the last they ever saw him.
Of your dad?
Yeah.
So.
Not my dad.
Oh.
His dad.
Oh,
my
so
dad's
you
dad.
never met him.
I ended up getting remarried. She came out to California, and she ended up getting remarried, and then we knew him.
Okay.
Pop, we knew Pop.
Yeah.
He was really good. So
So your grandfather-in-law.
yeah. So
Step
it's kind of
grand-
crazy. It just I don't know that side of my dad's family at
Okay.
all. He was an only child.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. And my mom's side, she's from 11. She's got 11
Oh my gosh.
brothers and sisters. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's kind of funny. So
Well, you met all my aunts. My mom was out there. Resin just smooth this out a little bit. And you have 3 kids? 2 sons and a daughter?
3. Yep.
And who's the oldest?
My daughter.
Okay. And now does she live with you?
No. She's got 2 kids of her own.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
those are 2 of our grandkids.
Oh, nice. Okay, sweet.
So she
Well, I did-
had those 2 pretty young,
Okay.
and then and that's what was the doctors told her do not have kids.
Oh, because had she been diagnosed before
Yeah.
kids? Okay.
Yeah. And they were said that's just too much on your body.
Yeah. She's like,
So what it is with her is she's missing your growth protein. So in other words, your muscle protein.
yeah.
So she does not create muscle.
Oh, wow.
So what muscle she's got,
That's it?
that's it. So they told her you got to use it because you got to keep your joints and everything movable, but you don't want to overdo them. That's why the dance thing. So what was happening was we were watching her and they would go, go to the floor.
Yeah.
Well, she would have a hard time getting back up.
Oh.
So people would literally, she'd go to the floor and they
Part of the
worked
routine
it-
is like,
yeah.
part of the
They
routine is
just
like,
go over and grab her and kind of pick her up on her feet, and then she would go and dance, continue dancing. Not a big deal. And we didn't think anything of it.
yeah.
But until one day we saw her getting up from a chair. When she gets up from a chair, she can't just sit up from a chair.
Yeah, so she's gonna grab on
She's got to
stuff.
hold
and-
something,
Yeah.
kind of pull herself up. She started doing that more and more. And then the doctors were like, "Oh no, she's fine. I don't know what's wrong with it."
Oh my gosh.
Finally, the chiropractor we had, really good chiropractor, started doing some tests on her and goes, "Yeah, no, this is not. You gotta go get a what is it? They
MR.
actually do a muscle test
Oh, okay.
where they actually take a piece of the muscle."
Oh, okay.
And she did that, and that's where we got diagnosed.
And how old is she when she was diagnosed again?
19.
19, okay.
So and she's gradually getting, like when she went to school, she started going, to college.
Yeah.
She was like, "Man, it's just I can't do this anymore because it's hard getting around in classes."
Yeah.
So I said, "Let's get you a wheelchair."
Yeah.
Well, that didn't go too well.
She wasn't up for that.
No, but she ended up taking a year off and then started using it,
Okay.
and then boom, after she started using it, it was like, okay, this, because it's motorized. We got it motorized.
Okay.
And so she started using that, and then that was just
And then
took
what?
off from there.
And then when did you get married?
Oh, she was married. Gosh, she got married when they were what, 23, 24?
Okay.
So yeah, then they wanted to have children, and the doctors were like going,
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. That's just takes too much off of you. Blah blah. Well,
You're like, screw it, we're gonna do it. Well, good. I mean, good for her. I mean, like, you know what? Yeah, I mean,
so it did take quite a bit away, and then she had the one, and we said, okay, cool. You've had your baby.
yeah.
Let's, and then for Christmas, like, because Jaden's 15 and Theo's 11, so 4 years later, we were at Christmas and they gave us this
Oh
box,
no.
you know.
Yeah, the
And
pregnancy test.
and it had not the test, it had actual the
Oh, MRI or the sonogram. Yeah.
had that in it, and we were
So
like,
were you excited or were you worried?
well, kind of both.
Both, yeah.
Because at that point she was even worse.
Yeah.
And we're like, Shannon, she goes, Dad, don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Okay. Well, she was fine. So it was crazy, but and she, it just was hard for her to take care of the baby.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
we helped a lot doing that too. But it is what it is, and they both come out really good. And
I guess as long as she's happy and her husband's happy and
yeah.
he's working, so all that matters.
So they're continuing on with life.
Good.
That's what she's doing now, and that's the same thing. It's like she's like, now she got a dog. And
Oh,
I'm like, oh my God. But it's supposed to be it's being trained. It's a service dog
Oh, nice.
for her.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. But oh my gosh,
So is that
it's
something?
crazy expensive for that.
So the dog, did she get? Is it already a service dog, or she got a dog and then they're going to train it to be a
They're
service
training
dog?
it. They're in the training process right now.
Because we have some friends who have one of their Labradors they had was being trained to be a service dog, and then they decided found out that the dog wasn't meant to be a service
Yeah.
dog. They go through a series of tests to see,
Yep.
and so then they got her from their whatever group does the training, and then because they put them up for adoption. So I didn't. That's why I was wondering if she'd have got, or if it was.
It's not from a group. It was just
Yeah.
she had this dog. They have had other dogs that have done the same thing. and
Yeah.
been good. And it's a poodle, basically, is what it is.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be good for it. So, and she is. She's actually the training's really kind of going well for her and stuff.
Yeah, because some dogs just aren't meant to do that.
Right.
They're stubborn, whatever.
Mhm.
Like I cannot see my Basset Hound being a service dog.
See, that's where like she's gonna be pretty big. She's supposed to be a pretty big dog. So
So standard poodle.
Yeah. So she'll help her, like if she falls, she can kind of help her get to a place to where she can get back up, or
Yeah.
she'll pick stuff up for her, stuff like that. And that's kind of what she wants.
Okay. So I think this rod's gonna be pretty good. I think we'll do that. I'm just gonna leave it clear for now. And that's the great thing about guys who can travel and bring stuff back. Whether they
See
want
what-
I was like, well, for Gambit, what was it? Something on the base. We were deciding if you wanted me to paint the grates black. And because I did other bases for them where we didn't, I go, I like them black because they can see the X.
Right.
I go, here's this. This is separate. Let's not paint them now. And if you don't like it, if you want to paint it black, just send me the top of the base back, and I won't charge you for it. 'Cause,
Okay.
But you can just ship the top of the base back. And then we can add the black later if you want. So, I was like, I'll probably just keep it because it'll match the other one. Like, okay, whatever, man.
Well, we're not gonna cut the bases on ours.
Okay.
We're gonna keep the full base. And I'm working on getting the other one, the Wolverine.
Wolverine. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got that wolf packs up there. That Wolverine that I've tried to sell it several times. And that was a popular one.
Yeah, I was
For a
surprised
while.
you couldn't sell that one. No, I just got another one from him. It's almost like the one, the MVC or whatever, MCV or MVC
Oh, yeah. Actually,
that
yeah.
he did.
Where he's like crouched really low, or
Yes. But this time he's on. They had it on like a jungle bass. I don't like the jungle bass, so I went for the normal bass,
Okay.
smaller bass. But they raised the bass kind of weird, kind of different. So it's
Okay.
not a flat bass.
Okay.
It's raised in the front, and he's kind of standing up on it type thing. So it'd be kind of interesting. That would be a nice piece. So I mean, I just gotta start. I really gotta try to start selling a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I really want to zero it down. Because I got a lot of stuff that I want to, put out.
Well, yeah, you know, a lot of guys that I've done stuff for is like, yeah, I just need to start kind of. Yeah, it's like a kid in a candy shop. You want everything,
Right.
and then you eat too much candy, your stomach gets it's like, okay, maybe only one candy bar.
Yes.
Wasn't one I really like. Well, I mean, hopefully the secondhand market kind of picks back up
It's
because
starting to.
that way you
starting
can, if you get something that you like and then maybe you keep it for a year or two and sell it
Mm-hmm.
and get something to replace it, just kind of rotate out.
See, at this point, I really don't care about what I paid for them. If I make enough money to buy the new stuff, I don't
Yeah.
care. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah, it depends on the piece, man. It's like I tell people, like if you buy something, have it painted, whether it's, no matter who paints it, and you're gonna sell it, you're gonna lose money.
Money, yeah.
It's just
I
how
mean,
it
that's
is.
like that Venom. Think about it.
Yeah.
That Venom cost me $1,200 to paint it,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
and the kit was like $9, I think.
Yeah. So you basically.
Lost $900.
Yeah.
And I didn't even.
You didn't even see it.
Didn't even see it.
We can unpack it. You want to look at it
No.
before we ship
No.
it.
No.
If you want to see it before it goes,
No.
we'll
No.
go. That's one thing we can do today. We'll go to the storage unit. We'll go get it, and then
Yeah, because I could get a. I could have Sandra print me out a thing and send it to us.
send me a label and we can drop it off today. And then, yeah, depending on how long you want to, I mean, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pack an FRT. So maybe what we do is I get this kind of taken care of. I need to go get. Well, what I usually do is I wrap. I get all the parts wrapped in the bubble wrap and stuff, and I kind of see, okay, what kind of boxes do I need to get, and that's when I go with my box, because many times I go buy boxes and it's the wrong size.
So you don't have a ton of boxes here?
I used to, but I really just don't have space for them.
Right.
I mean, I can put some in the attic here.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But that, you open that door and it's
Hot.
It's hot and it's just full. It's got
Mhm.
a lot of Christmas decorations in it. We put a lot of Christmas crap out. It's mostly Christmas decorations. So I'm gonna just do a kind of a rough fix on these areas, and I'm gonna just sponge on some paint. It should blend in pretty easily. This is the printing resin, so I'm just using it to fill in the cracks.
Oh, I see.
I just use UV light, so it looks terrible right now. It's kind of a quick way to.
You just smooth it out.
Yeah, just use the toothpick there, and then I'll sand it. So depending on how thick you put it on, depends on how long you have to kind of keep the UV light on there. And just put new batteries in it so it's nice and bright. I'll just touch up the paint right there. Work on it. It just so happened the way it cracked is actually worked in my favor because I had to drill the hole at a slight angle anyway.
Right.
So typically, like the cure time on this resin is about 2 seconds, like per layer, but that's
Uh-huh.
that's per 0.05 millimeter. So the thicker you put it on, you get a lot. Yeah. And you put on too thick, it won't penetrate, and then you go to sand, and it's all cured under.
And then it.
Not cured underneath. So you have to do it in layers. You put on too thick, the light won't penetrate to the underlying layers.
It's interesting all this crap, man.
So I'm gonna lose a little bit of the texture in the sculpt, but that's okay, because you're not gonna see it down here. A little sponge on the paint to kind of help lubricate.
So it becomes hard right away.
Pretty close, pretty fast, yeah. sand, I can see there's no crack popping up, so I know it's covered.
So yeah, we'll have to put you guys out to California now.
I haven't been. Man, I can't remember last time. Last time was well, I was in San Francisco. That's where I used to go quite a bit. Yeah, I haven't been.
That's what your mom said.
I've never been to Sacramento. Yeah, my mom. That was like one of my parents' favorite cities.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. It's like they almost bought a spot out there or something.
Yep. Yeah. Spent a lot of time in what's the little town? Point Lobos. It's one of their spots. That was kind of after my dad passed away. We had him cremated. My mom had him cremated. And I actually still have his urn here. This is a salt urn. He's not in the urn. He's been removed. My dad is not underneath the shelf. Because when he passed away, my mom took most of his ashes. I took some ashes, and my sister had some ashes. So my sister had him in. He used to work for Schlitz Beer a long time ago. So she had him in a Schlitz mug. And my dad was a huge Civil War history buff. He actually taught Civil War history at community college before I was born. So like we have a lot of stuff that's like Civil War history related. So I had like a little cannon with the tender in the back, and I had him in the tender. So then like about 2 years ago, my mom was like, "I want to get Dad back together." I was like,
Are you serious?
What do you mean get Dad back together? He's dead. No, it's like I want all the ashes in one spot. She's like, so I want to get his ashes back from you guys, and we're like, and like, oh, okay, I guess I get it, but we were concerned that they would because they glue those items shut.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm more concerned that the stuff that he's in is gonna break.
Right.
That's that's more important to us. Like, that's whatever. So typically the funeral home, they're like, yeah, unless we open the whatever item they're in, we're not supposed to accept the ashes because they just want to make sure it's all the same person.
Oh, I
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
And I go, well, I'm really concerned that you guys are going to break this stuff. And it's like I do this kind of for a living. I could probably open this without hurting anything. And so they finally agreed to let me open everything. So I was able to get it all open. And then actually it was just hot glued shut, so it opened right up. Nothing happened. But they're like, yeah, we're not sure because where my mom was having him put back together was not the same funeral home where we had his service
you actually have to take it to somebody to do that.
To do what? To
put it back.
To
together.
put it back in. Yeah, I mean.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's what the. It has to do with making sure that it's all the same ashes and things. I don't know. It's like protocol. I don't know what it was. So anyway, so I'm over here one day like popping things up. There's part of Dad. So I just got the lids open and took all the items to the funeral home. I was like, I got everything open, nothing broke, and he's all there.
They put it all together.
Then they put it all together. My mom now has them all because she's going through this phase where initially back to the urn that I have. It's a salt urn, and we were supposed to fly. We were supposed to go to Point Lobos as a family, and put him in the ocean.
Oh.
But that never happened. That's why he has a salt urn, because it dissolves. It just dissolves, yes. And but that never happened.
And it's crazy now to do that. I mean, you got to go through major stuff.
Well, that's if you tell people you're doing it.
Yes, that's very true. I take that. Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
I remember when my grandfather passed away. My dad's dad, who was living here, passed away about a year after my dad did. He's from Winona, Minnesota, so we had the service up there, and I forget the river that runs through the city, but we took his ashes, and it's dark out. I don't know what time of night it is, but it's dark out, and we're all dressed like our family's out there. Just a few of us, and we have his ashes, and we start pouring him in the river, and then 2 cops come walking across their bridge, like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" "No, we're just like sightseeing," and like, put the ashes away 'cause that's highly illegal.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh my god.
So we're like, okay, we're just in town for a yeti, and we're just, just
I
got back.
don't know why it would be so legal because it's just
You know, if it's
Dust.
if it's cremated remains, it's nothing but carbon.
right.
If anything, it'll help filtrate the water. You know. Yeah, there's no diseases or any.
Right.
You know, it's like who knows.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So it's like,
No, that's like me. I still got my brother. He's sitting on my back desk.
yeah. Oh well, how old was your brother when he passed away?
He was, gosh, he was not very old. How old was it? It's been a while now. So how long ago was COVID? COVID was in 20?
Yeah, 20, 21-ish. Kind of, well,
Yeah.
everything was locked down in May of 20.
So it's been 5 years since he passed.
Did he pass
So-
away of COVID? Or just
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had some other issues, but
that didn't help.
no, that did not help. So that was, gosh, how old's my brother? My that was 5 years ago, so I would have been 63. So he would have been 68.
Okay.
He was 68 years old.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, maybe we'll get that little spot there, but we're not.
Oh, so that stuff just stays. It won't do anything until you cure it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It doesn't dry on its own.
Nope, I can leave this open and nothing's gonna happen to it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's only cures through UV exposure. So there's a little step here. I'm not gonna kill myself to. Again, you're never gonna see this. It's underneath. Let's make it a little bit more. I'm gonna throw some paint on here. No, this should be done.
oh yeah, that's good.
This one I glued it back together. It didn't quite fit right, so I put a pin in it. You can see my glue's a little messy, but by the time I get done painting, it'll be fine.
So what do you think all the new Sideshow coming out? The stuff they're coming out with is pretty nice.
I don't
You
really
ever
pay.
kept
I
up with
really
it?
don't pay attention.
Really?
Unless it comes across my feed, I don't pay attention because I don't buy it. You know?
Okay. I actually have bought a couple from them.
I have 3 pre-paints that were given to me in my little photo studio. The guy that this is for, Luis. He's like, I got like 3 or 4 pieces I don't want. Like, do you want them? You know, he showed up when he came. He's like, I got these. I brought them in case you want to repaint them or do whatever. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll take them, whatever. So I have a Batman, a Silver Surfer, and a Superman.
Oh, okay.
And like if someone wants to buy them, they can have them. I'll sell them cheap.
Oh, the Silver Surfer one that they came out with, the newer one.
It's not new. No, this one. It's I'll show it to you. They only made like 20 of them. It's okay.
Yeah, I bought the new Beast that they came out with.
Who? Oh, Sideshow.
Yeah, I bought the new.
All the ones I have these are all custom pieces.
Oh, okay. I bought the new Moon Knight that they just came out with. I'm not happy with. Well, and that's why I'm waiting to see how the paint is on it. We might redo it.
Alright. Alright, so let's throw some paint on here too.
That's the only thing with their pieces. They look too dimensional.
So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so what's interesting about Sideshow is, and Brad Tightner interviewed me like 2 years ago. It was on their channel, and we were talking about like factory paint and all that stuff. And what Sideshow does is, and I know it's from people who paint for them. They want their prototypes, like when they hire you to paint, they want you to do the best job you can do.
Right.
Like just take it to the nines, and
Uh-huh.
and then when they send it to the factory, they're like, if you get 50% of that, it's kind of you're lucky.
Yes.
You know, so it's like,
Because they can't do it. They can't.
well, they
copy.
technically could. They could. It would just cost more because they charge per step.
Oh.
So like, let's say skin tones. Like, let's say I do my skin tones, or let's say it's 10 steps. Well, to do that in the factory, it's like 10 cents or 25 cents per step. Well, you do multiply that by 500 or 1,000, it adds up.
Yes.
So okay, well let's do how much for 3 steps or 4 steps. So that's where you get that percentage ratio, because they're not doing several layers of washes and stuff. It's literally, it's base coat, a little shading here and there, and some highlighting. That's it. But they're not going and doing the washes, and all their stuff everything has flecking on it. It's hulks, bases. It all has speckling on it. It's like weird. Like it would be like, imagine this, and I just kind of started flecking black little dots on it. It's
Right.
so weird. A lot of it just has flecking on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that. So maybe to help add dimension, but the ones I've seen in person, it just looks dirty. Like it doesn't look like
Yes.
it belongs,
Yeah,
So-
like the newest one I got was pretty decent. I really liked it. That was the Spider-Man one.
I mean, it's the ones I've seen again, I don't see a lot of it. The ones I've seen in person have actually been pretty good.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
I would have to say some of them are, but I think they're more of a simpler piece.
Yeah.
When you get to more of a dynamic piece or something that you really want to see a lot of shadows on,
Yeah.
they don't do that.
Yeah, that's where it is. So they're, it's the
That's why I say when I say it's two dimensional,
Yeah.
because you just don't
I don't know this one.
you don't
Yeah, they're not doing as much layering.
correct.
So
that makes sense.
Yep.
That makes total sense.
So and
But
there's
hopefully now, with them they're only producing like what, 250, 300 pieces per?
yeah,
it seems
maybe.
like,
Yeah, maybe.
instead of the 3,000 that they
Yeah.
usually do. So,
The guys at Red Titan were saying that XM did the exact opposite. What they would do is a prototype, they'd make it look okay, and then the finished piece would actually look better than the
Better
prototypes.
prototype,
Yeah, because
yes.
they did it the right way.
uh-huh.
So there are a few custom groups out there that wouldn't hire external painters. They used the
They
factory.
used their own guys, yeah.
Yeah, they used the factory to do the prototype because
Uh-huh.
then we see the prototype is the production,
Right.
which makes sense. I was gonna go in here and step on some metallics.
But no, you use Titum or whatever she is, and all these other ones that they use. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
There's no way they're gonna come out like that.
Yeah, the guys who, I was supposed to paint for Sideshow.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
That lasted for a weekend.
It lasted for a weekend, 48 hours. Not even 48 hours, like 24 hours.
I remember that. And I was like, well, no paint for them.
Not gonna happen. And so Ed Bradley, who I'm friends with, I don't know if he paints with them anymore, but he used to paint with them quite a bit. He's like, it's kind of it's great because it looks good on, it looks good on your resume. And that's how he paints for a lot of toy companies.
Oh, okay.
He's like, if I hadn't painted for Sideshow, just the fact that it's on my resume, I got all this other work, so that was great. But, he's like, they'll only pay so much for a paint job, and you have to paint two, and you're in a really tight deadline, and it's paint by number, and yeah. So like I've done 3 commercial pieces, and it was a way different experience. It was a very slow process because the way I work, I would, paint something. I want approval of that color or that step before
Right.
I go on. Or Sideshow, you paint the whole damn thing, and then they look at it and they give you changes. I'm like, well, if I do all the skin tones and I do everything else, and then you don't like the skin tones, well, now I gotta
Redo it.
redo them or mask it. Like, no, I don't work that way. So that's what when I did some stuff for gaming heads, and like, hey, this is what I do. You let me know if this works for you. If not, then you may have to find someone else. Like I like to do a step, get approval, and then move on. So that way, it saves you time and money, saves me time. Anyway, and it took forever because I would send them, a step or whatever, and then they would have to send it to Microsoft. I was doing stuff for Halo.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a Master Chief. I did I don't even ever saw the light of day. The Master Chief did. I think it's still on their website. But I do and it's got 7 shades of green, and they're all very slightly different. So I'd send them one color. Like, check this out. Here's the Pantone chip. Make sure you're happy with this. Here it is weathered. How much weathering do you want on it? And then they'd get it. Like, okay, we're gonna send it off to Microsoft. We'll wait to hear back from them. Well, that could take a week or 2 weeks. And then I do it again. It just took forever. Not that they were hard to work with. It's just it was a really slow process. And again, it's like you had no my creative freedom. It's all.
That's what's hard. That's why I said too. When you just say, hey man, just do your thing, things will come out a lot.
No, but I mean, you're like you and everyone else are really, you guys are easy to work with because there's one that's the guy I did again before. He's a little particular. Not that you're not particular, but he's very. You know, what I'm saying, I can't be wrong. So I know what I like. It's like, okay, because there are a few things I turned into. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to. It's like, oh yeah, the pictures look great. And he gets it. Yeah, well, this is a little bit off. I'm gonna have to have that repainted, or I'm gonna have to have this repainted. So finally one day I called, like, I don't know if I'm the right painter for you. He's like, wow, man, I love your work. It's like, yeah, but on 3 different occasions you've told me you have to have something repainted. And if that's the case, then I'm not the guy for you.
Right.
It's like, well, you know, sometimes I just say things like, well, okay, look, I'm not taking it personally. I want to make sure you're getting what you're paying for, you know. So that's my concern. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I just want to make sure you're getting what you paid for, you know. So, do that. Dry brush some silver on that should blend it pretty good. That's not mixed up. Mix it up.
This is always fun to do this thing.
Come on. Let it be in there. A little bit. Not a lot. Luckily, this is just kind of like this little paint touch up. It's like just super messy, so it's like really easy to just kind of go in there. And again, it's on the bottom side, so you're never gonna see it, but. That should be it on this. Now what I'll do is since I still have this, I gotta put that little pipe back on. That's how I dropped it last time. I had it sitting in my chair just to get it out of the way, and I came back upstairs and it was on the ground and the legs had broken. I was like, God damn it! I was so pissed. It's like, what's one more thing I gotta fix? Alright, where'd that little pipe go? There it is. It should be a clean.
I see your cameras. That's cool. The cameras work.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that one on me right now. Sometimes I have those, sometimes I don't. Let's get it up. Here we go. Oh, I got it. Oh, hold on. I gotta look at the same source. This one. Oh, I know why, because they're named the same thing. That's why. Shouldn't that be this hard? Let's put that there. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. Okay, sure.
See, it's kind of nice actually, because man, otherwise it'd be super quiet up here.
Well, that's why usually music or something going on.
Yeah, that's true. There's your license up there. Right?
Oh man, I don't know what I did. I need to play with this. this. 'Cause I had it set up to do picture in picture, but why isn't this on top? This should be on top. Anyway, I'm not gonna dig with it. I'll have to figure out. I had it set up to do it, and I screwed something up.
It's just one.
Oh my gosh. What's that? Delete. Oh no, I'm gonna lose everything now. It took me forever to figure this out, because I'm not technological. I can't even say it.
Tech savvy?
Tech savvy, yeah, that's a good. There you go. I'm not tech savvy. Probably from all the damn paint fumes. Okay. What did that get for us? Yeah, so did Jaime tell you about all the stuff he's got going on?
Yeah.
Like doing like air taxis and crap like that.
Yeah, that to me is nuts. He goes, yeah, don't worry, you're gonna see it, man, you're gonna see it. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of people getting wrecked in their hair. You're gonna see, I think. I don't know. He's like, oh no, there's gonna be lanes. I said, well, yeah, but
Think Star Wars, man.
oh my gosh, I don't know.
Well, I think the only way it's going to work if it's all automated.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you can have
Very
people.
true, but think about it.
Yeah.
The automation is always human driven.
Yes. There's someone behind the scenes.
Yes, so there can still always be, I don't know, but you definitely won't see me flying those things, I don't think.
They've been talking about it since the 50s.
I know.
I guess
He
technically.
says they're actually there. The planes are there, that's all hooked up and they're ready to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. No, he says they're there. The only thing they're waiting on, he says, is the FAA is actually looking at it.
Yeah.
So they're creating the lanes.
Oh, gotcha.
Once the lanes get created, then he says they'll start releasing them to let go. He said you'll see it within the next couple of years.
Do you guys have like drone delivery by you? Yeah, so like you can get stuff delivered by drone here.
Really?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah. Yeah, friends that post videos like, yeah, here's my delivery from Walmart.
Are you serious?
Right in their backyard, their driveway, yeah. So there's a Walmart over here by us, and in the parking lot, they always have these it's like a big thing, and you could go there, like, yeah, give it a shot. And they have a huge drone out there, and we'll deliver your stuff to your house through drone.
How big is the drone?
The one they had in the parking lot over there was pretty damn big.
Yeah.
I mean, it fit in this room. Other ones I've seen are fairly smaller. It obviously depends on the size of the package and the
yeah.
weight. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
Well, see, that's what he's saying. So he was telling me, he goes, they're put, the way they got them put together, they'll go 170 miles. I said, okay. But he goes, realistically, it takes a lot to get the thing in the air. It doesn't just, like, take off and go.
No. Yeah.
It's got to go straight up.
Straight up.
So it goes straight up so high. I can't remember how high he said, like, I can't remember what he said. It's like 25, 30 feet. It goes upwards.
Yep.
Then it takes off.
Yep.
So actual fly time is about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So then it gets to it wherever it's going, and then it's got to go down.
Yep.
So out of that, so basically he said, so it's 100 and something. It was like 170 or 160, but by the time you really look at it, you only have 90 minutes of actual flight time. I said, so
Right.
so what happens if you're off a little bit?
Well, Tesla just had a thing on this. Adam Savage was visiting a company, and they're testing this like on a much larger scale.
Right.
So they have like basically out in the middle of nowhere. They have drones everywhere. And they're testing it. Basically, it's software. So there's a couple contingencies where if it gets lost, if the GPS signal gets lost,
Right.
there's like a homing signal to send it back home. If it starts to run low on power. it'll select a pre-designated kind of like safe zone to land, and send out a warning. You know,
You gotta land.
come pick. So they're building, you know, because that's like all the questions. You know, what happened? You know, how do you deal with low flying air? You know, it's all the air traffic and stuff
Right.
like that. How do you deal with all that?
Well, that's what he's saying too. In the max height, they can go as 1,500 feet.
Yeah, you gotta stay underneath all the air. There's a robot driving downtown. The way it sent me home. I think we may be done on this. Let's see. Let me touch up that paint a little bit. Let that dry. I may hit that with a little bit of that dry. I may hit that with a little bit of Krylon. We'll see. Okie dokie. See how this works. It goes this way. Luckily, legs do have some flex to them, so you can. What I want to do is put this together and not have him worry about dealing with getting this together. Because he can put this in his car like this, and no tractor
I
fine.
was gonna say, yeah.
Without Mojo on top, he'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels pretty damn solid. Don't bother, see what it does.
I mean, I don't think that thing's gonna move. He is pretty heavy.
Oh yeah, he's got yeah. Well, you picked him up the other day, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shoot, that's gonna hold him good. So now you still gotta fix his tail? Or
No,
what do you-
the tail's it is what it is. What's gonna happen? So I had this sitting on my shelf like this
Uh-huh.
over there. So it's watch. It's not gonna sit on its head. It's opened up. I guarantee it. From the weight. So what's gonna happen? It's eventually this will just sag a little bit and it'll rest it'll like rest right here. Come on. There it is. Crap. Where's the key? Oh my gosh, there it is.
Seems like that would pull the weight even back. You know what I mean?
Well, because it leans forward. So as long as it rests on his head, it actually twist it a little bit. Sitting over there. So that to me is okay. Did it? So I guess what I'll do is I'll keep him for a little bit longer with that rod in there. See if he moves again. And then we'll go from there. But that's just, they're good. That's just where it's supposed to sit. Okay, so he's back to where he was. He definitely doesn't. He's gonna want to shake. Alright, we'll let that sit for another few weeks and see what happens. We have to adjust again, we will. But I think that's gonna work. Will you pick up the dinosaur for me?
So what do you think of the paint was?
I have no idea.
Did you
I
shoot-
told Mark about it, and he's like, "Oh, it's like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it." I don't know. I mean,
It's just kind of weird. Because the rest of it's fine.
yeah. Well, like I said, the only thing I can think of is that when that busted, it flexed that arm a lot, and
Uh-huh.
it kind of, because of where it came off, but it should be fine.
So I didn't realize the way he explained how this went, you know, how this went together.
What do you mean?
So Pebbles was like the big Pebbles.
Yeah, Pebbles
And
grown up.
then Dino, or
Dino and Dino.
Dino, yeah.
He never advertises as Dino and Dino. So when I say two Raptors, he's like, well, it's actually da-da-da. It's like, well,
Yeah.
nowhere on the boxes does say that. You don't tell people this. And then he busts my balls about it. It's like, show me where it says Dino and Dino on the box.
I know.
It's like,
So that's what he said when he said that. It was like these guys, these ones. So they're like her pets.
they're pets, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So in the cartoon, they do have Dino, and eventually there is a Dino.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
And that's what cracked me up. I was kind of like, what? I don't remember seeing
yeah,
that.
yeah. So the Dino, the purple one, and then eventually,
But that was the thing. He's purple.
yeah,
So why not paint him purple?
because it's supposed to be more realistic. You could paint him purple.
Yeah.
And then, so the Dino, which was the original dinosaur, and then the Dina shows up, and it's the same dinosaur, just with a
Bow.
a bow, a white
Yeah.
bow, yeah. So,
So I would have thought he should have done that. He should have painted them like both purple and put like a bow on one, or you know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, it's kind of like Judy. It's supposed to be Judy growing up. It's a more realistic
Yeah.
interpretation of
Yeah,
Judy
Judy.
than the cartoon.
Right.
I mean,
So it's kind of funny. It was just kind of funny when he used to explain it to me. I was like, well, that's not kind of what I was thinking it was.
yeah,
He goes, oh yeah, that's what it was, and I was like, okay.
yeah, whatever you say. Yeah.
Well, that's not quite how it got put together. I don't think.
Well, no,
I was thinking it was just-
not all the ones I've seen painted. None of them painted them like purple.
Right.
They paint them like real dinosaurs.
That's
So they're
Because
sculpted.
that's what they look like.
Yeah, other than the eyes, they're sculpted like real dinosaurs. The eyes are sculpted, kind of bug eyes. That's why
Yes.
they paint it that way. But
That was the only thing that was kind of weird. It's like, and then to be honest with you, it makes more sense.
yeah,
So it's like the artist group itself should have made purple if they were going to do it that way. But then too, maybe he was a little, because that's one of his, isn't that one of his first ones or close to one of his first ones?
Daphne was the very first one. When was this put out? Here's the box. This was 2013.
So yeah, that was
This
a long
was
time ago.
this was this is number 3 or 4 he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he was actually afraid of an
IP?
infringement thing.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't. It was no big deal. It was, but I'm thinking, maybe.
Yeah, so like, because I don't think Pebble's name is. I'm gonna sign off, guys.